your lines, don't you? You've got the story right.
Relax. I've done this 1,000,000 times.
One false move and I'm off in capacity benefit. And it's goodbye M&S food hall and hello little smoked yak and litany and baked beans for a Sunday dinner. Sod that.
James Cotter.
That's me, my friend. I'm on my way. There.
Proud of you, Jamesy.
I will not let any debilitating symptoms get the better of Jamesy Cotter. Now then, what can I do for you, young sir?
You remember last time we spoke about getting you off the register and back into employment?
Do you hear that, Andrew? A job? Oh. Don't raise my hopes if you don't mean it.
There's nothing this man would like better than to work.
Oh, I'd give it anything to be back out there with the rest of the human race. Slaving away at something I hate for no very much money, alas. And you can see I've got this terrible illness called... What's it called again?
Let me help you out. Cerebral palsy.
That's it. Right, show my doctor's line.
Well, that's interesting, because this note says you're suffering from depression.
Well, what do you expect? If you two cut about with a pair of rubber legs, you'd be depressed too.
Well, this appears to be a valid doctor's note. I've got no choice but to sign you off for another 3 months.
Prozac.
Don't mind if I do.
So, what seems to be the trouble?
Well, my portfolio has taken a bit of a hit, and I'm kind of hoping my distribution bonds will rally in time to give my investment portfolio a bit of a seasonal bounce, you know?
You're still depressed?
You've got it in one.
Well, to be frank with you, these days people have a lot to be depressed about.
Well, you buggers don't, do you? You GPs. You're sitting there in 100k a year, and the best is we do all the work, don't we? We bring you in the diseases, you sit there and look baffled, write you a cheque for the hospital. Where's your kickback?
Money isn't everything.
Well, that is a revelation. Thank you very much for that. You know, I had £25 in the RBS, and for months I sat across the road in the Cafe Nero, waiting to sprint across the minute I saw them carrying out the desks. Listen, if money makes you unhappy, why don't you pump a dod of that misery in my direction? Because I'll tell you, for the right amount of money, I'm happy to be unhappy.
Let's not get personal. Why don't you tell me how this condition affects your life?
Well, I couldn't do that without getting personal.
I see. Well, if you would rather speak to a man...
No, that wouldn't make any difference then. All right, here goes. The trouble is, I can't get it. I can't get it. I can't get it.
Up! At last.
Hello, pussycat. What say me and you...
Sorry? You lost me at hello. What can I get you?
Oh, very well. A swally for me, and one for my friend Tintin here, and yes, one for your sassy self, you pert young minx, you.
Oh, I'm impressed. You won the lotto?
Next best thing, he's got another 3 months in invalidity.
All right, boys.
Rab, how'd it go? How'd you get on at the doctor's?
No so loud, no so. It was just a wee chest infection, you know. She gave me a ball for it.
Oh, that's lovely. Do you hear that, everybody? Rab got a bottle for his chest infection.
That's good, Rab.
Tell me, Rab, did she say anything about your sexual impotence while she was at it?
My what?
Your condition. Le fiasco, or as it's known in operatic circles, Flacido Domingo.
Yeah.
Now, there's no need to be ashamed. Lots of men are hung like a bootlace. Sadly, I'm stuck with this permanent riot cops batting down my kegs.
Not me, Rab. A wee touch of impotence myself once. Couldn't get it up for love nor money. Then one day I got a 2-for-1 deal and whipped cream, custard, trifles at Summerfields. Honest to God, it went from 5:30 to midnight. Boing! Just like that.
Are you comfortable with this? Hey, a lot of grizzly old pervs and stained tracky bottoms talking about their stoners.
As long as you stick to the metaphors and I didn't need to see the mental pictures, we're cool.
Are you having a swally, Rab? I mean, it's Burns night. It's your patriotic duty to get pished.
No, for me, it's no.
Strange thing, that, innit, Rab? I mean, you and Rabbi, you've both got the same name, but...
You can stop right there. I know exactly where this is going. Rabbi Burns loved a swally. Rab Nesbitt can't drink. Heck, Rabbi Burns couldn't keep his sundial in his jod purse. But, well, Rab Nesbitt can't even get his clock to tick. Something like that, was it? Hey, who'd tell you about my impotence anyway? Was it Ella? Has that pucker-mouthed wife of yours been opening her poisonous yap again?
Ella didn't need to tell me. I worked it out for myself. Oh, believe me, Rab, your lady wife's needs are written all over her fizzer.
They are? How?
I'd do him if he was old enough to shave. I'd do him if he shaved his back. Do him if he shaved his ear hair. Do him if... Oh, no, there are limits.
Mary, for God's sake, will you stop ogling, guys?
Oh, it's all right for you. You had it away last night. At least you and Jamesy have got a love life.
That's no love. James is a skank. Believe me, as of last night, I've taken on the sexual history of the entire west of Scotland and the seedier parts of Prague. My uterus could be used as a data bank for Interpol. Take it, Rab's still got his problem.
And I know why, Ella. It's me. I'm out achieving him. Aye. My soar-away success in the shite business has dented his self-esteem.
Well, I just have to get used to it. We are two ladies who are no for turning. Am I right?
Right.
And it's Burns night tonight. Networking gold. A G20 summit for Masons.
That's just it, Ella. Rab will not go.
Are you mad? There'll be vomit in the carpets, blood in the walls, and drunks lying stewing in their own pish. It's Scotland's elite that go to these things.
Don't get me wrong, Ella. I mean, I want to go.
This is huge for us. We'll be the special guests of Albaclean. They've been eyeing up our company.
I know. But you know what Rab's like. How am I going to get him to change his mind?
Same way I got Jamesy to change his last night.
You forget, Ella. Rab is impotent.
Trust me, Mary. I've never met the man yet who'd turn it down when it's offered in a plate.
What the hell is this?
My knickers.
I can see that. Does it not come with chips or corned beef or something?
Oh, don't push it, Rab. You know I'm going the extra mile for you here. I'm laying myself on the line.
I know exactly what you're up to, lady. You're trying to persuade me to go to that Burns night bash with you.
Rab, it's for my career. That's why I'm throwing myself at you.
Don't. You're just humiliating her parents. You've had depression. You know the first thing to suffer is a person's libido.
As long as that's all it is. It's no that you just don't fancy me anymore.
Listen, Mary. Right now, the thought of touching your body is a repulsive notion that fills me with dread, horror, nausea and disgust. No, that doesn't mean to say you'll never turn me on again. Once you've stopped revolting me.
Well, that's a relief. For a minute there, I thought you were in the turn.
Just be tolerant, Mary.
Well, tolerance is a two-way street. Anyway, I thought you liked Burns.
I do like Burns. I love Burns. I just don't like Burns nights. Or the chest-beating, hairy-kneed arseholes, not the wee menopausal yappy women working out their divorce bitterness in the reply to the lashes.
Rab, this is important to me. I'll tell you what. If you come, I promise I won't give you sex.
Does it mean that much to you?
Aye, it does.
All right, I'll come.
Oh, great. And relax. You'll enjoy yourself.
See the front of bachelor, see approach, proud Edward's part, chains and slavery.
And welcome to Burns Night, or as I like to call it, Nuremberg with kilts. A very special night when large clumps of vulgar middle-class businessmen gather together to celebrate the work of a working-class poet who, if he was alive today, they'd bankrupt by repossessing his subprime farm in Ayrshire. To wit...
Hey, fella. Saunders McClure, Alderclean.
Oh, Rab Nesbitt, statistic.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm actually in the leisure industry. I'm in a kind of scum-dunking Bannatyne, you know. Tracky bottoms, leaky trainers, job club. I'm actually long-term unemployed.
No, I see. One of those, eh?
I can't stick that guy, Rab. Him and a haggis dinner on the one night. I'm off skate.
Here, sit in your ass. We'll be getting torn into poems and speeches soon.
That's what I mean.
This is where they pipe in the special guest. Who is this special guest, you might wonder, to merit such a fanfare? Is it the PM? Is it royalty? Is it the Pussycat Dolls? Why, no, it is the haggis. In other countries, they scrape it off their shoe. In Scotland, we eat it.
This could be the making of us, Ella.
Exactly. And remember, the way to succeed in Scottish business is be polite, determined, and charming. Personally, I'd throw in bigoted as fuck as well, but that's just me.
Oh, I'm stepping out my comfort zone here, Ella.
No, Mary, think of tonight as Jane Austen with Buckfast. We're the sweet young fillies. We work the men. We giggle. We flirt. But when the deal goes down, we hook up our petticoats, drop our frilly drawers, and slap our fat balls on the table, ready to shaft them.
I don't remember that scene in Mansfield Park.
Whilst Burns was a great poet, we must never forget that he was also a bastard. Many great men through history have been bastards. Alexander Fleming, bastard. Albert Einstein, bastard. I myself am recently divorced from such an unfeeling swine. In fact, the outfit I am now wearing is completely comprised of the sleeves cut off the suits of cheating husbands by the long-suffering wives they wronged.
That's it, sister. Zero tolerance. You know, I feel that sexism is Scotland's secret shame. Don't you?
Get your hand off my knee, or I'll stab you.
Worth a shot. Rab, I'm off to clock a McFanny. He's a drunk in a puffball kilt over there. With any luck, I'll catch her on a downward slope before she hits the canvas.
And what about me?
Me and my companion, Mr. McPint. Rab, Mr. McPint. Now, I'll leave you two to get acquainted, eh? On, Rab. Do it for Scotland.
Steady, Rab.
Saunders, this is my business partner I was telling you about, Mary Nesbitt. Saunders McClure.
Charmed.
Oh, me too. Charmed to buggery.
I have many things to talk about.
And one of the things that we're talking about will be your broken nose if you don't stop stroking her knuckles like as if they were nipples on a cold day at large.
This is business.
You want to do business with us? You watch yourself, Mary. His type don't see people. They just see units of production.
Oh, really? Not your problem, is it, fella? From what you tell me, all you've produced over the last 30 years are bed sores. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have Exhibit A, the prime example of what's holding Scotland back in the modern age, the Glaswegian subsidy junkie.
Oh, wait,
He contributes nothing, he takes everything except responsibility for his own wretched, spineless self, which he hands over to the pimps and dealers of Westminster.
I think it's time we had a wee comfort break.
A comfort break? What the hell's a comfort break? If you mean pish, why not just say pish? See you, boy, see you. See if bigots like you made the case for oxygen. Scum like me would refuse to breathe. So, get it right muck up you.
And it's backed up to Cotter. And, Cotter is playing keepy uppy against the World Cup holders here at London Park. The crowd are going absolutely...
I want some power the gift to gie us, to see ourselves as others see us. Good to see you've got your mobility back. Stay in touch, eh?
See you? You look just like my ex-husband.
Which one?
All of them. Every last one was a...
Has anybody ever told you you have the most marvellous daddies?
What did you say? That is completely out of order.
Sweetheart, you know your trouble.
What?
You're too good for this world. You've never been understood.
Do you mean that? Or are you just being...
I'm Jamesy. I'm here to help.
There is nothing like a Burns night for bringing us Scots together, is there? I'll tell you, it's only people who don't know who they are that fight about their nationality. Speaking personally, I know exactly who and what I am. I'm a quivering alky jelly that's dying for a swallow. God. Oh, I miss a drink. Call me a romantic, but see a gent urinal to me. It's like a Madeline was to Proust. The magical gateway to a lost kingdom of wild nights, fuddled days, trysts and closes, fights in alleyways, guilt, ecstasy, chips, head wounds, and dainty motorway pirouettes in the fast lane of the M8. Every pint a pit stop in the relentless flight from boredom. To live, to have erections.
Rab, well, you catch me at an unguarded moment. There's been an incident.
An incident? What kind of incident?
Rab, please don't invite me to be indelicate.
So will you phone me?
Of course.
Bastard!
Yes, I have just had a militant feminist doggy style. Oh, life doesn't get any better than that.
Lipstick.
All right, I mean, she was a growler, but I done it for Scotland.
That's not what an ugly bird can do for you. Ask instead what you can do for an ugly bird.
Right.
I see.
But I don't want another Hackett dwarf on my CV, so you'll keep this to yourself, right?
Oh, you can depend on me. Flacido Domingo.
Rab. Rab. It's all right, I don't want sex. I'm worried about this Alba Clean deal. It's not turning out the way Ella and I thought it would. I wondered if maybe you would cast your eye over it for us.
Oh, gee. You want my help now, do you? After you stood there no saying a word while that tweed-soaked, tartan-skirted bam got tore right into me.
Oh, that's not fair.
Oh, gee, oh, you want fair now all of a sudden, do you? No way, lady. You made your scratcher matter, Harry. Away through and lying it.
Aye, all right. Hell of a low voice for a eunuch, haven't you? I'm bloody gone. It's awfully good of you to see us at such short notice. We've just come hot foot from scouring out a council flat in Pennylee following a bereavement.
Lovely wee dog, Rusty. Refused to leave his master's side after he died of a stroke.
Oh, what a shame. I hope he's being well looked after.
Yes, he's with the Angels now, since the grime team fired a bolt through his forehead.
All's well that ends well, then, eh? So, you had a chance to consider my offer?
Oh, well, yes, that's just it. You see, we thought that you were offering us a job. We thought that at long last we would have security of employment.
But it seems that you want to buy us out and make us redundant.
No. Let me clear that up for you. You see, we're a young company, but we value experience. In fact, we value it so much that we put it in a special box and keep it well outside the building. And that's where you'll be, in a special box, well outside the building. We call it the kennel for short. I think you'll like it there.
What if we don't?
Well, you know what they say, onwards and upwards. You could always join wee Rusty in pet heaven. How does that sound? Woof, woof.
So what did you get up to last night?
Nothing, Rab. I was overwhelmed by depression. There's a clinical name for it.
Lying on the couch with a box of celebrations.
That's the one. I'm a martyr to it.
You all right?
No. In fact, I was just telling Rab here that we were...
That's it. You've had your moment in the sun.
Sorry, Rab.
About last night.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you know, when I...
Hush a bye, compadre.
You mean you kept your word? You didn't tell them?
Tell them what? Tell them what? Unlike you, I am discreet.
What can I get you, Jamesy?
Just the usual.
Jamesy,
Aye.
I'm all out of wee fat feminists. We're a sexually ambivalent turnip day. Rob!
Mr. McClure.
Sit down.
Oh, thanks very much.
What can I do for you?
Well, you're in the cleaning business, so I thought you might be able to clean that up for a start.
I really don't see what the problem is. I cut your wife a sweetheart deal.
No, you didn't. You called her a Doug. You cut her a growler deal.
Well, perhaps my manner was a tad brusque. Let me explain the figures to you.
Don't bother. I've been in social security for 32 years. I'm practically a trained accountant.
It's a straightforward contract. I simply absorb your wife's company, the House Mice, into my own company, Alba Clean.
Oh, aye, and take all her clients with you. A client list she has worked bloody hard to build up.
Yes, and in return, she gets an attractive package of shares based on target-driven incentives over the next 3 years.
Oh, aye, I've seen your target-driven incentives. Listen, My wife would have to clean lavies from here to Mumbai, and she'd still make more money slipping her hand in the back of your living room couch at home.
Well, I'm sorry that your wife will no longer be able to keep you in the manner to which you've become accustomed. However, there is a recession on.
Oh, there is that. And don't bullying shyster bastards like you just love it.
Let me show you the door.
What for? I've seen doors before. My house has got walls and ceilings and everything. All right. Look, I'm sorry I shouldn't have called you names. I apologise.
You know, there was a time when a Scots education was the finest in the world. And with the right political will, God willing, those days will return.
Well, until that happy day dawns, and I stand before you with my Janet and John reader in one hand and my slate board and chalk in the other, may I leave you with another memento from Scotland's glorious past.
And what would that be?
Ooh! Hope my manner wasn't too brusque for you. Life was simpler in the old days, wasn't it? Nowadays, they'd probably make me wear a safety helmet before they let me nut somebody. You know, was it Burns that said, life is an uphill gallop from the cradle to the grave?
That's nice, Rab. That's nice.
Not a wee footer with a woman for easing your depression into seasonal melancholy, is there?
Oh, it's good to be caressed, isn't it, Rab?
Such is a vitamin, Mary. The emotional scurvy if we're denied it.
Don't stop. I need my 5 a day.
You know, Jeremy Patchman said that Burns wrote worthless doggerel, which actually makes Jeremy and I brothers in affliction, doesn't it? Because I've got knackered knackers and he's obviously got 10 years. But don't you worry, Jeremy, don't you worry. There'll always be a very special place for you in Scotland, oh yes. When the recession's over, Paxo, and we're looking for a new great chieftain of the pudding race, we'll be in touch, boy. I'll tell you, the job is yours.